Hi, I'm Jamie Glowacki. If you're new to my channel, I am the author of Oh Crap Potty Training and Oh Crap I Have a Toddler. And I help parents use curiosity and connection in their parenting instead of coercion and compliance. Today I want to talk about what I call brutal self-care. So when we think about self-care, we think about time for ourselves, maybe a massage, a mani-pedi, a coffee date with friends, and these are all really important. But in the first few years of your child's life, I would say like 0 to 4 or 5 at least, you have to do something that I call brutal self-care. And it isn't pleasant. What it does is it makes your everyday easier. So I work with a lot of clients privately. I'm privy to moms groups, I'm privy to a lot of internet talk. And something interesting that I think has come out of social media is this idea that parenting should, number one, be easy, and number two, that you should get to keep your life exactly as it was before you had kids. And so if you're a free spirit, or if you have like you like to sleep late, or you like to go out to fancy restaurants, these things may change. Now, certainly there's some kids who are like perfectly agreeable. You can take them wherever you go. But generally speaking, we have to adjust really severely. What happens is if we don't do this brutal self-care, we get behind our own 8 ball. And I'll give you a really good example because I'm working with a lovely family that made some huge changes that were significant. Oh, there's my Maverick. He shows up every once in a while in my videos. So this family was really struggling. So one of the things was the mom had told me, I'm really bad at laundry. So I get it done, but then it sits in baskets unfolded. And then as we were walking through her struggles with her 2 little ones, one of the big struggles was the next day, it takes 45 minutes to get the kids dressed and out of the house, right? Because you got to find things and everything's in baskets and you got to find matching socks. So I said, well, that's an easy fix. Laundry is one task. I was taught this, so it always is astounding to me. And again, I only have one child though, of course, so that makes things different. To me, laundry is washing, drying, folding. That's it, put it away. It's all one task. So that is a thing that when she started doing that, all of a sudden her day the next day was 100% easier because there wasn't 45 minutes in which she was struggling to find things. The kids were running around, getting more out of control, escalating. And then by the time they got out of the house, everybody was miserable, right? So there's no joy in that. Another thing we worked on was her planning. She has 2 really high energy kids, like high needs for energy. And some kids are just like that. You've got to run them like puppies. This dog here needs 10 miles before he gets tired. Now, I might give him, I don't know, 3 miles, but I know I'm in for a world of hurt later that night because he's going to be rambunctious. And some kids are like that. Some kids have high intellectual needs. Some kids have high touch needs, right? So if you have these kids that have high energy needs, you have to stay ahead of them. Even if your kid doesn't, we really want to stay a few steps ahead of our kid. So that Mama started spending her night that she wanted to. She's an artist, she's a free spirit, so is her husband, and they wanted this lovely time at night together, which is amazing if you can get it. But if it makes your life the next day more miserable, then you have to spend some time. So she spent time the night before planning meals, planning activities, so that the minute the children got out of bed, she was like, okay, she had structure and boundaries. Getting up early. This is the mom hack that we all hear about, and so many of my clients are like, I know, if I got up early, it'd be fine, but I don't want to, I need my sleep. I know. So the problem with that is that we're all underslept in those early years, and it's a major flaw in nature design. I swear, to put us at our worst when our kids are the neediest is the weirdest design flaw in human beings. But you have to get up early. You have to get up at least earlier than your children, because if you get up in the morning when your children get up, you're already behind. They're going to be starving. They're going to be ready to kick ass today, because all toddlers wake up like, yeah, they don't, very few wake up sleepy, right? And so you have to be ready with food, with what are we doing? Okay, now everybody, let's get shoes on. Let's do this. You want to plan your day, not so that you're militant about it, but that there's a focus and a compass for you to get moving. Otherwise, you're just going to get behind. And again, any kind of if you're getting up with your kids, any sort of downtime, they start getting pokey, they start getting edgy, they start getting needy, and it's just going to keep putting you further and further behind. So those are the things, getting up early, planning meals, planning activities, taking care of household chores, even if that's your me time after hours, after the kids go to bed, it's gonna keep your life in better shape so that you're ahead of your children. Now, when you need me time, I haven't figured this out, and I've worked with thousands of moms. I've worked with I have thousands of people throughout my life. I haven't figured out anything other than you've got to get up early. So if you want to work out, you've got to get up before the kids. If you want to spend time with your journal or reading your book, or just to sit and have a cup of coffee, maybe put your feet in the bare earth, maybe get some morning sunlight. If you want to do this, you have to get up earlier than the children. And I don't know any other way. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I need sleep more desperately. Okay, if you are in a season where you really need that extra hour of sleep, and that's not when you're going to work out or take that me time, that's okay. But then you're not going to get that me time. Our kids don't understand that you need some time to rest and reset. They're go, 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 go. So somewhere we've got to pay Peter, take from Peter to pay Paul. And that's just kind of how it works. I am an early riser because my son would wake in utero at 5:28 a.m. He started doing cartwheels in my uterus. I was like, okay, I've got an early riser. When he was a baby, he woke up at 5:28 every single day, even with time changes. He would get up at 5:28. I tried everything. I tried putting him to bed at 5. I tried putting him to bed at 8. I tried putting him to bed at 6, at 10. I tried everything because that was brutally early for me, and it never worked. So I ended up putting him to bed at 5:30 every night till he was about 4, and he would go to sleep and sleep till 5:30, and that's how he got his rest. It also gave me some me time and that time to finish the chores. I also personally go to bed at 8:30. Now, that can be hard if you're working outside the house, but I suggest earlier bedtimes only because it's like an ROI, return on investment for your time. So many parents will say, I'm so touched out. I just need some time where nobody needs me, nobody wants me. And what do? We go to scrolling social media, or we go to Netflix and we start binging something. Maybe we have a glass of wine. Maybe we have, ice cream or chocolate, right? So that feels like, okay, now I have my me time. I think you deserve that. But at night, I feel like that's when you're zoned out and tired. And so for me, nothing good happens after 8:30. I'm just too tired. Actually, nothing happens for me after 6 because I'm too tired. So that's when my wind down starts. And then I go to bed that early because nothing good happens. Whereas if I get up at 4 in the morning, I am energized, I work out, I have my coffee, I can journal, I can meditate, I can take all those me time things, and I'm energized for it. So it puts me ahead of my day. By the time my son would wake up in the younger years, and even now, by the time he wakes up, I'm ready to go because I'm satiated. I'm not just starting to kick in for the day. So those are the things that I call brutal self-care. You don't have to do these. I mean, whatever works for your family works for your family. And I'm not trying to fix what's not broke. But I do want you to consider this if you always feel frantic. If your morning routine is full of kids tantruming and off the wall and throwing things. If you can't seem to get things together, if you're desperate for me time, and even if you stay up late, you never feel full, you never feel satiated with that time, and you never feel like your cup is full. You have to be full. Your cup, you've seen this meme all over Instagram. You can't pour from an empty cup. Put your own oxygen mask on first. The name of the parenting game is staying regulated. And to do that, you need to take care of yourself. And so in these early years, that self-care may not look like what you think self-care looks like. It may be just grabbing at these moments that you can fill your own cup, and that way you can be present and available for your child no matter what their emotional roller coaster. All right, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this and would like more information, look in the description of this video. I have paid and free content. I have lots of courses. I have lots of blog posts and lots on my podcast, Oh Crap Parenting and Oh Crap Potty Training. As always, like, subscribe, comment if you have questions, and have a great day. As always, rock on.